I thought he would have. You know, he got the police under his hand, and you know, it's a powerful person, but he don't want to be seen.
So I gotta go.
All right, man.
All right, so we'll be in touch.
Sounds like a plan. You gonna dap me up? All right.
Yo, we here. DJ Hamp Stampede, we in the building. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Man, you saw the brother in the opening clip. He's a rapper apparently. Baby Dre. Looks like they're in Phoenix. Or not Phoenix, but Arizona. Massa to be exact. Apparently his daughter came home from school and said she didn't want to go back. She was in an office with a blinds closed with a DCS worker by herself, little girl. I think he's a middle-aged man, I guess you would say, maybe 30s. He had a YSL belt, so who knows, but the father took exception. He went to the school, wanted some answers, needed to see what happened. Salute to Carlos King. He has all the footage. I could not find it anywhere else. So salute to him. Please go subscribe to him. I mean, he got 500,000 subscribers. But let's take a look at this, man. I haven't even watched it myself. I want it to be an organic review. It's kind of long, but I think it's worth it. So he goes up there, meets with the guy, chokes him out essentially to where the dude was incapacitated on the floor. He says something to the effect of, "Oh, you still breathing? I ain't done my job yet or done enough," or something like that. I was like, man, you did a lot. Now, one thing I don't respect, just to be 100% honest, is you snuck him, bro. You snuck him. Like, it is what it is. That was the corniest shit that you could have did. You confronted the man, cool. You went up in there, you called the police yourself. I saw a little bit of it. But then you ain't gonna dap me up. And the dude was frail. The dude was petite. You saw him in the video. And then you snuck him with the rear naked choke. Nah, nah. I can't respect that at all. But I understand as a father why you go up there. But if you're going to be a father, if you're going to stand up, if you're going to be in there with your chest poked, you got to have your chest poked the whole time. Sneaking the dude, that ain't it, my G. I would not have went about it like that. I would have looked him in his eyes at the very least. Also, everybody records everything, so I guess I can't discount, you know, what your motive was, because everything is recorded and you can record shit to protect yourself. But you literally snuck boy on camera. You saying a whole bunch of shit to incriminate yourself on camera. So what was your motive? Now, I know you're a rapper and all that, so maybe that's an ulterior motive aside from the daughter, right? This is a way to go viral. You did it. Except for the charges you got for this, I don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. So let's take a look at this news report first and foremost. It gives us a pretty decent recap of everything that transpired. And I waited a little bit so the story can mature a little bit more. Let's see what they got to say.
Is out of the hospital recovering at home, but this incident is raising concerns about safety. And again, we want to warn you, this video is disturbing. A vicious, unprovoked attack recorded by the attacker, streaming live on Facebook as police say he attempted to kill a state employee. Mesa police say this happened on Tuesday around 5 p.m. inside this building at Alma School Road in Southern, an Arizona Department of Child Safety office. The suspect, DeAndre Terrell Johnson, beginning his live stream as he sat down with a DCS employee to discuss his case involving his children.
With all this DCS, I want to introduce you so that we can have a proper introduction on this.
Growing agitated when the employee doesn't want to be in his live stream.
I want to introduce you. Don't be afraid. You hold a public position, man.
At the end of the hour-long meeting,
You gonna dap me up?
Johnson puts the employee in a chokehold, attempting to strangle him. 2 minutes go by.
You was a mother dead man.
The employee doesn't appear to be moving.
You was a dead man.
Then you hear witnesses in the background.
You was a dead man.
The whole attack lasting 2
So he out. You see his hand right here, right? He out. He out cold. And based on his hand seasoned to that amount, he been out for a little minute. Well, not a little minute, but a decent amount of seconds. Just because he's seasoned like that tells you that the stress that's been implemented has been not as acute as you see in like a pro mixed martial arts fight or something like that, where the guys tend to seize up, but they don't get to that point where their hand is simply clenched. So he been choking him for a minute and holding it for a minute. That man is completely limp.
2.5 minutes.
He's still breathing. I ain't making my point.
Records obtained by 12 News show multiple people called 911 and Johnson left.
It's the problem, man. This is one of the main issues with this social media side society and era. Everybody's so concerned, nobody intervenes. Nobody does anything except for yell from several feet away. Like, if you really that concerned, but people ain't really. What the fuck? What did I say? People ain't really willing to risk it. God damn, I can't talk. They not really willing to risk it, man. And I get it. The majority of people are selfish, right? Why put yourself in harm's way? Dude in the picture, the father himself, he don't look like a small man, right? He can look fairly intimidating, I would assume, to most people, especially given this environment, if it's in a school. But it said it was a school. I thought they maybe have resource officers, but it could be where they are. There's nobody there, seemingly. But when we go through the rest of the footage, I saw that there were police at some point here. I would assume it's before he actually had the meeting with the dude, because he was initially dealing with people from the school itself. The DCS officers, obviously, I think they work in tandem with the school, but I don't think they're employed by the school, which may be why the separation happened, because he actually called the police himself, the father.
First responders finding the victim lying on the ground injured in an altered state of consciousness. As he was taken to the hospital, police began their search for Johnson, and when they found him, he fled, prompting a pursuit. Officers deploying a grappler, but that still didn't stop him. He was ultimately tracked down and arrested within 3 hours of the assault.
You don't know, man. You made your point.
No, I didn't.
This violent attack raising questions about security for
So wait, you call the police, you choke them out on live stream with many witnesses. You keep saying, I ain't made my point, which how much bodily harm you've caused. People telling you don't do it. You made your point. No, I didn't. You making a show out of shit. Did you run from Jake? Why are you running from Jake at that point? You know what the time it is. Your daughter go there. They got all your addresses. You recorded the whole incident. What you running for? That don't even make no sense. They had to deploy a grappler and you still booking it. You might as well give it up. You incriminated yourself. You did yourself. Literally, meaningfully, intentionally. What you running for? Just to make it worse? They gonna hit you with an attempt anyway. Now you got fleeing and evading and all this stuff. For what?
DCS employees. Earlier this year, citing budget cuts, DCS cut ties with a security company which provided guards to protect caseworkers during visits at a Phoenix field office, leaving some employees questioning the department's priorities. In response to Tuesday's assault, staff received an email reminding employees to use an emergency communication software they have access to in case of an emergency, and to consider meeting with parents in pairs. When 12 News asked if those measures would prevent a similar attack from happening again, a DCS spokesperson said, although there is no way of predicting or stopping an unprovoked attack, alert media can help in receiving immediate law enforcement response in escalated situations or when a staff member feels unsafe. This victim.
Yo, ain't no alert system gonna help you. The man met with him in a lobby with people around. You think because you meet in pairs, your man's your friend, your coworker gonna help you? Get out of here, man. This is gonna happen. I think it doesn't happen a lot, right? But when you dealing with people, kids, all the preventative measures in the world ain't gonna cut it if the people you went ain't brave enough or police not right there when it's transpiring. Y'all don't got no recourse for this. Unless you literally send them in pairs, meaning one DCS officer and one actual officer, or at least trained security. Come on, man.
Victim, who DCS says is now at home recovering, later told police from the hospital that Johnson threatened his life a week prior, but he was able to calm him down. Doctors described his injuries to police as absolutely serious, saying the victim almost died. Johnson now faces an attempted first-degree murder charge, in addition to 2 counts of aggravated assault and unlawful flight from.
First-degree murder attempt. Aggravated assault, serious injury. Aggravated assault, DCS worker, unlawful flight. He got hit with 4 Fs for this. 4 Fs for this. We're going to listen to the part where he's in the office explaining why he did what he did. In terms of being a father of daughters, they brought your daughter into a room, shut the blinds, closed the door with a man. Now she's saying she don't want to go back to school. Yeah, that's a cause for extreme concern. But if I run down, I'm not going to have my camera up. That's for sure. I'm going to get answers in a way in which if I need to be expressive to whatever extent, at the very least, I'm not going to incriminate myself. But when things are serious, I don't understand why people's first thought is to pull that camera, especially when it comes to your daughter and what may have happened to her in terms of her being abused physically. The camera is not my first thought.
Police. DCS says it's conducting a comprehensive review of this incident. Johnson is being held on a $500,000 cash bond. We're in Mesa. Bianca Bono, 12 News.
We're going to take a look. So we're going to take a look at the footage of the actual, all the transactions that happened before before the choking itself. The video is kind of long, but I think it's worth it, man, just to go through. And we'll stop it or stop reviewing it when we feel the need. But I just want to understand how he was moving around, man. Once again, salute to Carlos King. Carlos King on YouTube, Carlus King. He had the best footage. He does a lot of reviews. I like to watch just for current events and things of that nature. And this is the only place I could find the footage that was like whole almost. So salute to Carlos King, man. Let's see what we find here. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most.
Somebody got something to say. I need to know something. What happened to my daughter? Make her not want to come back to school. I need to know. Just sit down. Everything all right?
This part I kind of get. He recording, right? He's not in an intense state. He's kind of calm. So I understand, right? You have to cover your bases, cover your tracks, get what people say on camera, so on and so forth. So I understand it here for the most part.
Hello, you security? How you doing? I'm trying to figure out. You have kids?
Yes.
You have a daughter?
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out why anybody thinks it's okay to grab my daughter, let a man take my daughter into a room and think that it's okay not to tell me. My daughter doesn't want to come to school now. So what's happening is they're saying they can't tell me what happened and why my daughter don't want to come back to school, and I need some answers. So that's what's going on.
Have you set a meeting with the principal?
No, but I need to speak to somebody today. I need a police report filled out. I need something. I need something.
Right. Well,
I need something in writing. I need something. I need some type of documentation.
well, there's Mr.
Great. Hello, how you doing, officer?
Officer Nearboss.
Nearboss?
Nearboss, yes.
Nearboss. My name is Mr. Johnson. I'm trying to figure out. So apparently a man came yesterday. Took my daughter in this room. You have came yesterday. Took my daughter in this room. You have kids? Boys, girls? Boys. Okay. So you wouldn't know how it feels to have a daughter yet, one day. But apparently this man came and took my daughter into this room with the clothes like this, so nobody can see him. Okay. My daughter doesn't want to come to school, so right now I need to know why, and I can't figure out from them why. Nobody in here can tell me why, and I need a police report filled out. Yeah.
It's down there right before you, so I'm trying to figure it out. We'll see what we can do about figuring it out.
Yeah. All right. Officer, how would you feel if somebody took your daughter in the room? A man
Well, I mean,
took your daughter in the room.
I wouldn't be happy at all. But
You wouldn't be happy either. Okay.
figure out the circumstances.
I need to as well. But yes, just a man by himself. My daughter doesn't want. My daughter hopped in the car. Dad, I don't want to go to school no more, huh? Why don't you want to go to school no more?
I'm going to try to figure out what the situation is.
And officer, I need.
I am Nancy, and the receptionist.
Okay.
He says you haven't talked to him.
Let's speed it up a little bit.
And we don't not question them. If they provide what they need to provide us, we filter that. We let them go to the conference as every other people. And as soon as he picks up his kids, they hold
I ain't gonna hold you though. It is kind of odd, right? Because even in a corporate setting, men know not to go into a enclosed office, even with women. Especially at the height of the Me Too and all that. Like people knew, like, hey, open door, or you at least have someone else in there. But very rarely were men willing to go into offices or conference rooms with women on women to them one-on-one. Because of the implications or people lying, just all types of stuff. So we learned that in a corporate setting. So just in terms of this, I do understand and see the red flag, and I could be biased because I do have daughters.
happened, which is totally normal and understandable. He came to the job, he asked me questions, I answered as much as I could, but I don't have answers for everything, and I cannot answer when he asked me
Why my daughter don't want to come back to school?
I don't know why DCS came, I don't know why this
So-
person interviewed his kids, I don't know
And have you
what.
tried contacting DCS yet?
She tried calling him yesterday. He didn't answer the phone. You want to try calling him again?
I gave you that information to you, and.
I need for you guys to tell me. I drop my kids off here. I expect you guys to be protecting my kids.
See, look at him get her.
So
They also have policies and procedures.
they have policies and procedures and everything. That's cool. I need something in paper now. So now that they didn't tell me, and my daughter told me and she doesn't want to come to school.
Would have to be provided to you from DCS. It's not the school's responsibility to provide that. That's from DCS.
Are you going to fill out a police report?
I have. If DCS has a report, I have no report to fill out. That's literally through DCS.
Feel if somebody took your daughter in the room, a man
Well, I mean,
took your daughter in the room,
I wouldn't be happy with it at all. But
You wouldn't be happy either. Okay.
figure out the circumstances.
I need to as well. But yes, just the man by himself. My daughter doesn't want to. My daughter hopped in the car. Dad, I don't want to go to school no more, huh? Why don't you want to go to school no more?
I'm going to try to figure out what.
So this is the part we kind of heard it. He's at the school itself. So I'm gonna go forward a little bit.
You damn right I'm mad. You damn right I'm mad. How much more information you need? Somebody that didn't work at the school took a 9-year-old girl into a room and there ain't no video or audio recording. What more information you need? You don't know right from wrong?
Car Dr. Dre.
All right, so now he left the school. The school didn't have any information at all, which is ridiculous. I understand DCS, again, works in tandem, but the fact that nobody was there, no woman thought to be like, okay, door closed, the curtains down, right? Why when they send a female DCS officer, and I get it, people get allocated cases. They're not going to be one-to-one little girls or allocated to a female or a woman DCS officer. I understand that, but in a closed door scenario, someone antennas have to go up because you never know. You never know. You can't put nothing past anybody, especially when it comes to these kids. So yeah, I would be pretty hot just in understanding, especially when she comes to get in the car. Now, if I were to play devil's advocate, you know how it go with these kids. You know how it go. But DCS officer contact, that's different from her sitting with let's say like a resource officer, a part of the school or her guidance counselor or the principal or a teacher getting in trouble. Kids may try to finesse that, like, yo, Dad, this happened to me, so on and so forth, or I don't want to go back because they try not to get in trouble. But the DCS officer, there's something that we don't know, but it didn't seem like the father was implicated in any way. Mr. Johnson here, you see depicted. It doesn't seem like he did anything wrong or his wife did anything wrong, or why were they meeting with the DCS officer? But the fact that nobody has that information and it didn't show a principal or assistant principal getting involved, that would be irritating as hell. So apparently now he's in the actual DCS office, it seems, or at the very least in an office building, and they have a very large lobby, what it looked like, because nobody could give him information and there couldn't be a police report because the DCS officer will have his own report based on what the officer was saying in the background. Let's see what happens here. Hit the like button for me if you can. That helps the channel the most.
So what's your last level of education?
Some college.
All right. Have you received any financial benefits, like food stamps or access care?
No.
What insurance do you have?
None.
Who currently resides in the home?
Me and my kids.
Okay.
And my aunt.
And your aunt?
Mm-hmm.
What's her name?
Okay, so he mutes himself because he's giving his aunt's information here. So he mutes his live stream and he's streaming via Facebook. So they asking him a lot of different questions. See, I would be getting irritated in this instance. I can't lie. Like, you didn't ask me questions. I'm here to get the but I guess they have to verify, but still. It'll be annoying.
What's her number?
I don't know about her, but maybe we can arrange a time for her to
Okay. So have her call me or text me or something like that with her availability, so we can kind of go through this. It's just gonna be a quick phone call kind of thing. I don't have to ask her all these questions. It's just
What are we gonna get to the questions you got for me?
yeah, we're gonna do this. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But I just have to ask her about the reports, and not about all this other stuff about what she's working on, this kind of stuff. So, have you experienced domestic violence? Okay. Was CCS involved in your childhood?
Nope.
Okay. Have you had a history involving substances?
Nope.
Do you use any substances at all?
I might smoke a little bit of weed every now and then.
How often? It's not legal.
I know.
Yeah. Just how often? What's it for? Like you smoke it to cope with stress, or just to chill, be mellow, or how often you smoke it?
Not too often.
Well, twice a week or 3 times a week?
I wouldn't even say that much, but just whenever I feel like it.
Okay.
So based on the voice, it sounds like the guy who got choked out.
Whenever you feel, but it isn't consistently like 2 or 3 times a week. It's not like that. All right. Any other?
Nope.
How long have you been smoking marijuana?
I lost count.
Why is he? He still asking him about the substances that he uses.
Just like 16 or?
And for how long?
No, I wouldn't say 16, but I mean a little while.
All right. So what's your date of birth?
You guys don't have that information?
No, we don't have any. We did a kind of locator for you, and we don't have. We didn't have your address either.
Okay.
So I'm gonna need your date of birth and your social. You have to do a background check.
You have to do a background check.
Yeah, for services and stuff like that.
You guys didn't do a background check before?
No, we didn't do a background check. We don't have any information to do a background check. All we have was your name. We didn't have your address. We had to look into the. Nothing came back when we did our search.
Okay. I mean, I would have to get the information for you, but my birthday is 7/3/92.
7/3/1992. And do you have your social?
No, I don't.
Okay. So, do you have a mental health diagnosis?
A mental health diagnosis. Yes and no.
You don't know. You never been really like a doctor that saw you and diagnosed you? Okay.
No, nope.
Okay. Are you taking any medications?
Nope.
Do you have any health concerns?
Any health concerns?
Like
No.
physical health concerns?
No.
Have you ever been arrested?
Yep.
What was the arrest for? Have you been, for what?
I was accused of aggravated assault.
Now you see when he looking at camera like that, and how he's saying it. It's like a foreshadow, like they do in the movies. Maybe because we know what's gonna happen, but when he said it like that, that's what I saw. Let's see.
From another person or just a who?
Who accused me?
Yeah,
The state.
state.
Yeah.
All right. So did you have to serve time? How was the case?
Yeah. I did have to serve time. Yeah.
How many years did you serve?
I did a year.
3?
A year.
A year. And any probation or parole? Parole is it?
Yeah, yeah, I was on probation.
No.
He's starting to get bothered. This shit starting to bug him with all these questions. And you initially, the reason why you even here is because you're trying to figure out what happened with your kid.
Nice little minute.
Like 4 years?
Yeah, I think that was about it.
And what year was this?
This was in 2018 is when they
2018?
convicted me. Yep.
All right. Any other arrests?
No.
All right. Do you have any active court orders?
Nope.
Do you have any county court orders?
Nope.
You own a firearm?
Nope.
Okay. What are your coping skills? How do you cope with stress?
It really depends.
What's that?
So it really depends.
Well, what's your like normal way of coping with stress?
He asked him what his coping skills are or methods when dealing with stress.
You chill out, watch TV, or work out, or
Yeah, I'll probably work out or something. Yeah.
work it out. Okay. Who are your biggest supports?
God.
So what about your family members? Are your family members here?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Do you contact with them?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So who are they?
My family.
Yeah, you got your mother, sister?
Yeah.
So you
Stuff
got
like that.
brothers and sisters here?
Okay, so it's literally the guy who was in the room with his daughter, essentially, now like running through down this checklist with him. And I can tell in his demeanor that he does not like what's going on, but he's playing it cool, so to speak. Right now, I'm more interested now to see what happens when he starts asking his questions. Because all the questions, and maybe rightfully so, I'm not 100% sure, are very invasive, but it may be justified based on what they're trying to determine or get to. But it just seems like an odd dynamic if a father comes down and looking for answers, and then this is how the interview starts, seemingly.
Okay. Do you feel like you experienced abuse when a veteran as a child?
That's to be determined.
Okay.
No one's ever
Was
put.
that abuse or neglect?
As of right now, I don't have a comment on that. Oh, you getting in trouble?
Traumatic is different for different people. I mean, yeah. My father was a motorcycle gang. So there was always like wild parties, traumatic events. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that was a traumatic experience to a certain extent. So, I mean, everyone kind of goes through something, you know, they're not really accustomed to. A lot of people do. It just depends on how they react to it, things of that nature. So you say that for some traumatic, do you have any unresolved issues?
No, I've been good.
Did you handle it?
Yeah.
Do you think counseling will help you out with that, or did you already have counseling?
Oh yeah, no. I think counseling would be a great thing.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is I'm shooting a video of this. You know, I think with DCS and our new partnership, I think it'll be great for us to you know, show what DCS can do. You know, you said that they offer housing services, and you said they offer counseling, and what all does DCS? I want to introduce you so that we can have a proper introduction on this. But after you finish asking your questions.
Okay, so has a problem ever defeated you?
No.
How do you solve problems?
With math.
I don't know if I would be answering all these questions, right? He gathering a lot of intel. How do you solve problems? What do you cope with in terms of stress? Have you had any abuse in your childhood, in your life, or etc.? But because we didn't skip past anything. So why is he answering this questionnaire when he needs to understand why a man was in the room with his daughter? That don't make a lot of sense to me. But I didn't skip past anything. I'm trying to understand this. That's why I'm letting it play.
Mm-hmm. Or like life problems. How do you solve life problems?
Yeah, I use math.
Okay, now the passive aggressive and facetious nature is starting to come out more, right? He's like, how do you solve problems? I use math. Okay. Now I can feel it, and I'm saying feel, get a little bit more contentious.
So when you need children, now we'll talk about your children. Are they on the do they have a learning plan?
Well, they did until, you know, last week.
What was the learning plan?
The learning plan was for them to go to school and learn, and then
What was like that an IEP or 504? Something physical from the school. Regarding second grade, things like that. Okay.
no.
Why would you have a meeting with a little girl and not know her file? Or is he asking about the other kids that the man has? That don't make any sense. Why was DCS meeting with the little girl and they don't have a file on the little girl? And so why is he asking that question? That would be more of a preliminary thing before you meet with a child, especially as a DCF officer. You should be able to pull their jacket, so to speak. See, that's odd to me.
All right, name 3 positive traits about your children.
My daughter, she's a little angel. Both of them, brilliant. My daughter, she's a little angel. Both of them, brilliant.
Are they receiving any counseling or behavioral health services?
No, not yet.
anything?
No. Do you?
About your kids self-harming?
Yeah.
Your concerns?
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't express anything about self-harming. Are they taking any medications?
No.
What do they do at home that frustrates you?
Don't answer that question. What do they do at home that frustrates you? It's assumptive. It presumes that you get frustrated with the kids based on what they do, as opposed to handling it in a different way with a different emotion. Frustration doesn't have to come when kids don't do the things you ask. So I wouldn't answer it. It seems leading and it's loaded. Let's see what he says.
They're pretty good kids. They don't too much do anything that frustrates them.
How you guys have fun?
I'll take them to places and fun places they want to go. You know what a father, what a good father would do.
All right. Are you worried about them being sexually abused?
No, I didn't have that concern.
Past tense on the didn't, right?
All right.
Past tense.
What insurance are they enrolled in?
They have state insurance, I think.
Like access?
Yeah.
Are they developmentally on track?
Yeah, they're pretty smart kids.
And are they meeting the milestones?
Are they what?
Meeting the milestones?
I don't understand the question.
A milestone is like, are they, I guess, how old are they? How old are the kids?
7 and 9.
7 and 9? Okay.
But this just a random dude from DCPS? Like, what? I mean, from from DCS? What the
Okay, so have they learned how to ride a bike? That's a milestone.
Yeah.
Okay. Are they doing chores?
Oh, yeah.
So those are milestones. And they're responsible for waking up on time and everything like that. Are they up to date on their vaccinations?
No, I don't believe in vaccinations. It's against our religious belief.
Okay. What's your religion?
I'm not discussing that right now.
Okay. So now we're talking about your parenting practices. How do you express love to your children?
Hugs and kisses, patience. They have chores to clean up, messes that they make. They fold the clothes and put them up.
Okay. How do you make sure your kids' needs are met?
How do I make sure my kids' needs are met? So, like, the need for them to have a roof over their head, I just make sure they have a roof over their head. When they wake up, I make sure they have food to eat.
What do they tell you, or do you you're just aware of being aware?
I'm very aware,
Okay.
so when they wake up, hey, drink some water, eat you some food, fruit, cereal, whatever you want to eat.
How do you protect your kids from harm's way?
I like to be present if possible. And I just make sure to guide them on the right path.
So now we're talking about discipline. What are the things you don't allow in the home?
What are things I don't allow in the home? Things I don't allow in the home. I don't tolerate disrespect. Other than that, my kids are free to be kids.
How do you discipline?
They have tablets and phones and electronics and toys. So when it comes down to discipline, I'll send them in timeout, take something away.
Okay, does this work?
Yep. My kids are, in my opinion, perfect.
Okay. What do you want your children to learn after disciplining?
After what?
After disciplining your kids, what do you want them to learn?
Being obedient will get them the world.
Okay. How were you disciplined as a child?
Well, it would depend on what was done, but I come from the old school age where we got our ass worked. How did you get disciplined as a kid?
Me? Well, when I was younger, my dad spanked me. My mom never really spanked me. And then when I grew up, my dad just put us on punishment and, try to talk to you and stuff like that.
Yeah, talking is...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you expect from your children as they grow older?
I expect them to be unapologetically them.
I'm gonna skip forward a little bit.
Work that out. So, as I mentioned to you, I do have a video going right now. So, what I want to have you do is I want to have you come on and introduce yourself, and and then let them know your Department of Child Safety, and explain some of the services that you guys offer and all that good stuff.
So when I initially heard that the interview was an hour long, I thought that the father was asking clarifying questions and, trying to get to the bottom of why his daughter was locked in a room with a man for whatever time period was, with no woman, no audio, no visual, no nothing. But it seems like he was being interviewed for the majority of the time, just based on the timestamp itself.
Did you have a rough childhood growing up?
We had fun, but I got in trouble a lot. We had to do a lot of chores, stuff like that. It wasn't, very, we took trips, stuff like that. It wasn't too bad. So I got to talk to you about the reports though.
The reports of?
Yeah.
What reports?
About the allegations.
The allegations. Gotcha. So I did come to see you, and you mentioned, you gave me some papers here.
Wait, why do you feel the need to report this?
I feel it's important. I feel like this is a lesson that we all can learn from, and I think that, the Department of Child Safety is a necessity. I think keeping the kids safe is a necessity, and I want you to explain. I want you to discuss the benefits of the Department of Child Safety and what you guys do for the community and what you guys do for the kids and for families that need help. So you were speaking about the allegations. You said there was physical. You said there was allegations of physical abuse, bodily injuries, neglect. Now, you interviewed them, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and have you introduce yourself real quick.
So first of all, regarding the allegations, are you saying that you what's your response to those allegations?
My response to these allegations is these are the allegations. I don't have a response to the allegations, but you know, these here are the alleged allegations, and you had them, you interviewed them, right? What's your response?
They didn't answer my response.
I mean,
They didn't reveal anything significant.
right? You know, did you see any bruises on
I didn't see any
them?
marks of bruises, and they didn't reveal anything significant regarding the allegations.
Okay, so you know, I believe
That's what the kids told them, that they're the victims. They're in that report.
alleged victims.
The alleged victims in that report. So what do you say about the allegations? You don't.
I'm not going to respond to these allegations because I think that
we doesn't have a response to allegations.
I think that if they were going through physical abuse and bodily injuries and neglect, I think that it would be present. You can look at a kid and go, oh God, you know what I mean? I've seen some horrendous stuff, and I'm sure everybody has, of kids being abused. So I think if a kid is being abused, you know, and so I think if a kid is being abused, it'll be visible. I think it'll be, let me turn this around. I think it'll be visible, you know what I mean? I think it'll be obvious.
Okay.
You know, there would be signs. You would see things like,
All right. So we have to run a background check on you. Okay.
Understand.
The date of birth, everything like that.
which we discussed earlier, you know, like as far as me getting you that other information.
And you want, let's just be clear, you want, what kind of services? You're interested in counseling, and you're interested in,
I'm interested in all of the services that you have to offer, that the Department of Child Safety has to offer. I think my kids will need, I think my kids specifically will need counseling, you know, and
for yourself and the kids?
for me and the kids. Me and the kids need counseling, yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
No?
Okay.
I mean, you know.
So it appears that there were allegations against him for child abuse and neglect, which is why those kids were interviewed behind that closed door. I think it looks like it's 2 daughters. Is it? It doesn't sound like he mentioned a son, but he was harping on the 1 9-year-old daughter being in that closed room. I guess because she's the one that says she don't want to go to school no more, based on what he said she told him when she got in the car. But somebody alleged something against him, which is why DCS was involved in the first place, regards to child abuse and neglect. So he's being questioned about what's happening, which is why his background in history was being basically dug into to see about his mindset and ideology, right? And what type of PTSD he may have, why he treats or allegedly treats his kids in a particular way. Now, the officer here did find that after he interviewed the kids, he didn't find anything significant in what they were saying, their behavior, and he didn't see any damage, bodily, physical damage on them, marks or anything of that nature when he did interview them. Now, he's clearly being facetious here. Yeah, we want all the services. I think he is indeed contemplating what his next move is. I think he already has it in his head in terms of like a premeditated manner of, I'm about to do something to someone. And very specifically, the man that's interviewing him. The interview himself, I could see how he could irk somebody, right? Like he kind of cut him off a little bit. He just asked the questions kind of matter of factly, not dismissive, but maybe nonchalant or slightly apathetic, like he doesn't necessarily care, he's just doing the job. If I were to just try to look into it a little bit more in depthly, so to speak, see what happens.
Again, I'm willing to explore.
If you come up with something else, you can talk to them about them now too.
Okay.
All right. So we're good. I mean, it would be helpful if you could provide like Linda Roach's information and the mother's information, so we'll have something else. But I'm gonna go ahead and just mark this as document the interview that we had in the report. And then evaluate the report with my supervisor. And then let you know of the findings, okay?
Yeah, you mentioned earlier that you were getting ready to send up a report to close this.
Yeah, that was before you called me. I was going to talk to my supervisor and say, well, this is the information from the children, and so forth, and we couldn't really like have an interview together because you didn't feel the need and stuff like that, you weren't willing to. So this is the information gathered from the children throughout this investigation. And then I'll one brief time. So based on that, I've written some findings. Now I got to include your information now to kind of complete the report, and just go from there. Now we can do like a background check and kind of like see who you are. Okay.
All right.
I'll be in touch, man. What's your address?
So real quick, I had a few questions I wanted to ask you as well. And I have a few people on the live as well that wanted to ask some questions too. But what I want to do is I want you to introduce yourself.
So who's this?
This is a video. This is a live video.
Let's normally do this privately.
Yeah, I felt like, I think you went over the services that you guys offer, and I felt like this was something that the public needed to know. They may not know this, and so I wanted to make sure that we documented this so that people know what DCS has to offer. So I'm gonna have you introduce yourself, and then explain your title, and then we'll discuss what DCS plans to do going forward. So.
But these are unknown people. I don't know.
That's okay.
Your intentions are anything like that.
You hold the public.
This is a private interview, though. Like this is your business.
Yes, and
we try to keep it private. We don't try to blast it to unknown people because we don't know what they could do.
Yeah, no. I think I've become okay with letting it be public, so that that's why I'm recording it on a live video, so that we're doing the interview. I wanted this to be public information. I think DCS offers some great things, or what could potentially be great things for family and stuff, for families and children. And as I mentioned to you when we had first met, I think that you guys do have some good stuff to offer, So I think that DCS has good stuff to offer. So I want to have you introduce yourself.
We have counseling services. I'm not going to go on the camera though, but we have, they can hear my voice.
I want to introduce you. Don't be afraid. You hold a public position, man. You hold a public position, man. There's nothing wrong with it.
I don't know what
this is a private conversation,
right.
But I made it public because I feel like this is a government entity. So these people are taxpaying people that pay for DCS to operate. Essentially, we all want to make sure kids are safe. We all have a goal in common. So what their intentions is just to watch. You know what I mean? That's all they really can do. They can watch, they can comment, they might have a few questions.
I don't know that. This is not a commercial, you know what I'm saying? I'm not advertising for DCS, what their products are and everything like that. It's not a commercial.
Right.
We have services that we give out to people that qualify or that are want to participate, to keep the family safe. if that pertains to you, I mean, we have
We all-
we have informative websites that they can go on and look up.
These people, okay. Right now, there's 8 people on the live. If you 8 people on the live, you know, I want to introduce you to somebody at the Department of Child Safety. He feels like you guys' intentions might not be good.
No, I just don't know their intentions. I don't know.
He's saying he don't know your intentions.
This
You know,
isn't a commercial, though.
This isn't a commercial, but we have.
If you need to know about DCS publicly,
Well, you're the representative.
We have a website that they can go on.
I mean, the man answering the question, he just don't want to get on that camera. Cause I think he understands it kind of similarly. Like, you're implicated in this, Mr. Johnson. You were accused of alleged abuse or neglect. And so you're being interviewed to see your mindset based on what was said about the kids, what one of the kids said, or what was seen, the environments that they saw, people may have seen you interact with your children with. And so this is why we're here, because of allegations towards you. So he's saying, why would you blast that while the investigation is underway? If somebody already alleged something negative against you regarding your children, now they see this video, who's to say what it would incite? So the DCS officer is kind of being much more responsible and thoughtful in what's actually happening. Mr. Johnson already got his mind made up. He's been done wrong. His kids have been done wrong. He thinks that somebody may have done something to his 9-year-old daughter. So he already got it made up in his head. He's literally playing a character right now.
Yes, you're
Child Safety,
you're the representative. This is a government office.
Yeah, they can figure out what DCS does and help their particular needs out.
No, I get you. But right now, I'm using me as the example to I'm using me as the example.
When I work with people, it's a private setting, okay? And then if I go to a public outing, I don't want someone to be like, okay, he works for DCS. I don't want to be identified as a DCS worker by unknown people that I haven't worked with. So that's the problem with this. I don't know these people at all. I don't know their surroundings. I don't know who they are. So if I go out into a public setting, and I haven't identified myself as a DCS worker to those people, I don't want them to come to me and be like, you work for DCS, so you want some live feed, stuff like that, because that could jeopardize other situations. I'm not a public figure,
I think that's a fair point, right? People have so many misnomers about DCS and officers and what they do and dealing with the kids. He's saying he could be implicated in this stuff that got anything to do with him just because they see him as a DCS worker. They may think it good, they may think it bad, they may think it questions, right? And it could change, how his life goes on a daily basis. Needless to say, I don't think he avoided it, even though he was trying to.
Well, you hold a public position, so your duty, right? This is what you told me. What did you tell me when I first came to you? Because you protect the kids. So protecting the kids to me is something honorary. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
I take pride in protecting my kids.
Honorable.
You know what I'm saying? I take pride in protecting any kids that are around. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you shouldn't be afraid to show your face. You know what I mean? Like,
it's not afraid. It's just you have to be guarded because I don't know when I go out to a place. I don't know who's watching this feed. I don't know if they see me and then they'll be like, okay, he was CPS, DCS, and whatnot.
My man,
and then they feel comfortable approaching me about something. I
called the cops last week while I was at the school.
Yeah.
Okay. So that I could get a report, and they told me that they answered to you. So with that type of power, I feel like you shouldn't have nothing to worry about, nothing to be afraid of. You got the power of.
It's not about being afraid.
You got the power of the law enforcement behind you, right?
We call the cops to investigate things that need to be handled criminally. If it's a criminal offense.
The cop told me that they answer to you.
If it's a criminal offense, yeah, we call the cops. Based on the allegations, if we see someone with marks and bruises, we call the cops. And we file a report just based on the allegations. So they can check it out to see if they can assess it criminally.
Right. Understandable. So what I'm saying is...
But I'm not a public person. I don't
want to.
I don't go out and I say, you know, yeah, I'm DCS to everyone. You know, we have to have like an
Fast forward a little bit.
allegation against someone. We need to verify my credentials and show them, you know, when I go to
And then I should get my report from you. So, I think that you coming on can you know this you were asking in my support earlier. You know some of these people, part of these people, I do know. I'm not gonna say random people, but some of them are random. But you hold a public position. You know what I mean? And I get it. You don't want to show your face. I didn't want this shit happening in the first place, but it happened, and we hear that. So you know what I mean?
yeah,
By them,
I can't go on live feed.
by them,
Right, because I'm not dealing with them. I'm not interviewing them.
and you have nothing to
dealings.
worry about.
I don't have any dealings with these people. I always deal with people that I have dealings with, and that's why I show my credentials to people that I have dealings with. I can't do that to random people. Like, I think it's probably against company policy for me to say, hey, I'm DCS and on live feed, you know, when I'm not dealing with these people at all. They don't have any allegations. I'm not interviewing them. I don't know who they are. Anything, you know. I can't just go to a random
Same with me.
Yeah, I can't just go to a random house. What we do, we only.
But
you have to have an intake for me to deal with you.
Okay, but like with my situation, there's alleged allegations of physical abuse, bodily injuries, neglect. You saw my kids and told me, what what did you say when you saw my kids? You know what I mean? And I came in and I asked you about that. You told me that they were in good condition. You said they didn't look like they were abused or anything, right?
The kids are fine. There wasn't much bruises or anything like that. No signs of maltreatment. So, yeah, I mean, I don't suspect this going any further. You know, taking your kids or anything like that. Your kids are fine.
Okay, so I feel like, you come on and introduce yourself.
I can't do that, man. It's against policy.
Like I don't want to sit up here and grab the camera and put it on you. You feel what I'm saying? Like I want this to be. This is a public thing. You're here to make sure children are safe, and I'm here to make sure children are safe.
Yeah.
And now that we are partnering, you get what I'm saying?
I can't go on your live feed because of the reasons that I just stated.
Okay.
Because we don't have intakes. Like, I have to have an intake, and I have to represent myself according to an intake and an allegation. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to disrespect what you're doing. I'm trying to make sure you understand, like, our position as just specialists. We investigate reports, and it's a kind of a private matter. We don't even disclose to the front office and the teachers what we're talking about, because they have no business with that. It's not a public information kind of thing. Like, how wrong would that be to say, okay, we're going to grab your daughter and we're going to tell some unknown stranger, we're going to talk to her about her being abused. That's pretty embarrassing, right?
That was honestly, yeah, no.
Family matters are private,
I definitely get that. When this has already been public. The moment that I found out a man took my daughter into a room, this shit was public. I ain't even cap to you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can.
So
if you make a complaint or whatever, you can complain to about Ombudsman's office or let them know.
I called the cops.
Right.
They said you was the boss.
Yeah, because I'm giving you the reasons why. It's not to try to be like we're better than you or we're better than the rules of how you govern.
Right. So
your kids. It's just the fact that if your kid is in danger, we have to be able to question, what's going on with them, and make sure that they're safe.
Okay. And I told you.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I go to work. I get off at 5 o'clock. I can't go on your live feed and represent DCS. I can't do it.
Okay. You don't have to represent.
He said he gotta go. It's almost 5 o'clock. He's trying to get off work. Yo, that gotta be a joke. I guess you gotta end it when you gotta end it, but boy, oh boy, I know that was incendiary, boy.
Take that,
You don't have to represent DCS, but you can introduce yourself and mention some of the services.
I'm here with you in DCS capacity, This is a service to you and your household, and that's why I'm here in that capacity. I'm not here in any other capacity. If they need information about DCS, they have to go online.
So somebody asked, they said, what's his name? Like they want to know you.
It's not me in particular. They want to know like what DCS does. We have a website, They can go on and, I mean, you can share the information that I gave you, the pamphlet and things of that nature.
I'm definitely gonna do that. But you know, you're the specialist here. You know.
But they can call that number on the website and get information as well.
And what you could do, okay, you could. Somebody asked, what's the website?
The departmentofchildsafety.gov.
Departmentofchildsafety.gov. So somebody else asked. They said, what's his name? He said he don't want to give his name.
Because this isn't a part of a public persona. I don't go around with this DCS badge in the public.
You know, this is the first time I'm opening up for people to get to know me.
So he just begging them to get on camera for some odd reason. That man said he gotta go.
Too, so I get it. It's something.
Privately, the family, if they want to discuss things.
I feel like this is serious because it say right here says DCS has the authority by ARS 8-802B, ARS 8-471E 3, and AACR 214103F 2. Take a child into a room without notice to or consent of the parent, guardian, or custodian. Now, they don't have jurisdiction over me. Here's the proof. But I want to work with DCS because I think it's of vital importance to keep the kids safe. So they offer all type of, tell them what you offer again.
We offer counseling services, in-home services.
It says DCS has no legal authority to compel or make you cooperate with the investigation or to accept services. But it is our hope that by working together, we can find solutions to ensure that your child or children is safe and that your family has what it needs. It says DCS has a duty to proceed with the investigation even if you decide not to cooperate to ensure that your child or children is safe, although we would prefer to carry on with the investigation with your support. So I felt like I didn't feel like I had to cooperate with them. Matter of fact, I told them that I was not finna cooperate with them, but after careful consideration and some long awaited nights, I said, you know, maybe I should work with DCS to ensure the safety of children as well. Because I think the safety of children is of vital importance. The children are our future. So that's why I said a little. I wanted to have. I'm not necessarily the type to make him, but this is what it is. He's still willing to speak. He don't want to be. It says also. It says you have the right to seek the advice of an attorney and to have an attorney present during your interviews. It says you have the right to provide, you know, goes over some of the rights too. It says the second part is true. I didn't know they could just.
Yes, they can. If your kids are in danger, they obviously have to operate outside of you to protect those kids. So regardless of an investigation that you think is warranted or not, if the allegations are dire, right? If what is alleged can be proven in any way, shape, or form, if you have a history of such a thing, people are going to look into it, namely DCS, right? So no, they don't need your permission. Otherwise, right? How could they get anything done if they had to go through the parent that was potentially causing the harm? Right, so that's kind of common sense oriented, right? Your participation matters not when it comes to the safety of those children.
Well,
it's not the way we introduce ourselves. We investigate allegations.
Okay. Okay. And on your report, can you let's discuss what you took note of on your report. Real quick before you go.
What do you mean? It's already come up.
All right. I know you out for it.
I'm willing to help you out as much as I can, but I can't help you out in that capacity. I just want to write this report, refer you to services, and then see how things go after that. And that's it.
All right. Well. Okay. He don't want to come on the camera and introduce himself. I thought he would have. He got the police under his hand, and it's a powerful person, but he don't want to be seen.
So I gotta go.
All right, man.
All right, so we'll be in touch.
Sounds like a plan. You gonna dap me up? Car Dr. Dre.
All right, so what's your highest level of education?
Some college.
So you saw at the end of that one there, right? That was right before he grabbed him by the neck and tried to choke him out. I don't know, man. It's very broken. It's very, very broken. Just like what it is that he's saying, what we saw, how he grabbed the man and choked him and whatever the case is. He's obviously under investigation for something that happened. Something that was alleged on him, so I don't know, it's broken, man. But I will say this though. His response would make sense, but we need more information in terms of why he was even in that predicament in the first place. Alleged abuse was against him. Essentially, they're conducting an investigation, and you have to conduct said investigation outside of the parents, right? Seemingly, like anything was uncovered, but he still took matters into his own hands and did this right here. You can't mess with kids, point blank, period. People do not play about their kids, especially fathers with daughters. This is hyperbole, but I want to say it. When kids get kidnapped, 99% of the time they with their mothers. The physical nature of a father. You've seen moms lift up cars to save their children. What you think a father gonna do about his daughter? Guy's slightly dismissive, slightly apathetic. He's just doing his job, and I don't think based on what he articulated, it seemed like he's probably decent at his job, for all intents and purposes. But with kids in a locked room, the blinds closed and nobody can hear or see, there's no video evidence or audio, and the baby says, I don't want to go to school no more. People gonna process that in the way in which they want to process it. You cannot control the outcomes, but it's a shame. Because what if something happened to them kids, It's slippery, man. I think these DCS workers do need protection. I do think that this is a very rare case, but a case nonetheless. I remember one person fell over the railing at a baseball game. And so the next season, 32 stadiums had these like extra rails with a net up. Because it only take one time, right? And when the one time is so egregious, you understand that you have to put protective measures in place so that people can do their jobs effectively and don't be afraid, right? Because people, if they're afraid, they're less likely to be effective. I think that we have to have different thresholds in place though, right? Again, as I stated before, men don't go into offices with women for various reasons, but the obvious thing is that Me Too shit that was popping, right? And so you got to be very cognizant of what things look like and what the perception could be. And I hate when you walk into a school and everybody acting like they don't know what's going on. They don't know what's happening. They don't have no information. That'll make you want to rip the door off the hinges. When I'm saying why my daughter was in a room with a man. Now, how he played it is pussy. I'm not gonna look at this dude. Look at the dude getting choked. He petite as hell. He didn't want to get on camera. Okay, I understand. You conducted the interview because these allegations against you. Okay, I may have participated, whatever the case is. But if I'm gonna do something to any man, I'm gonna look him in the eyes first. I ain't gonna rear naked choke. Oh, you ain't gonna dap me. Let him walk by. That's some frail shit right there. Now, ain't no rules in a fist fight, right? All is fair. I get it, but that's some pussy shit right there. I can't say it no other way. I can't say it no other way. I don't have to wait for nobody to walk by me if I need to get it popping when it comes to my child. I'm not playing that much of a game when it comes to my child, which lead me to believe that a lot of this shit is for internet fame. He already think he a rapper, right? He already think he a rapper. This the way to get on? You're going to go down in history as a fucking idiot, right? Protect your daughter 100%, but be a man while doing it, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Be safe and do the right thing, man. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And I'm out.